When it comes to unsolved mysteries in the world, the most popular one that comes to mind is the D.B. Cooper case. Or maybe the terrifyingly weird fact that nearly all of our universe is made of something we can't see, touch, or understand. But what if we told you these are not the only mysteries out there? Somewhere in South America, there's a disk that shows a spiral galaxy. In the Solomon Islands, legends of giant humanoids have survived for millennia. And then, there are elongated skulls that look almost alien. So, from forgotten legends to bizarre objects that still leave experts scratching their heads, here are 15 mysteries that will make you question reality. Number 15. Colgante Disc. The ancient marvels of mankind, this pre-Columbian ancient artifact from South America is one of those mysteries that neither archaeologists nor historians have been able to explain. The Colgante disc is believed to be around 2,000 years old, but the strange design carved into its surface is what raises questions even today. There's a sun, a crescent moon, and clusters of spheres appear across this bronze disc. Nothing unusual there. But then researchers noticed what shouldn't be there. The overall pattern bears a striking resemblance to a spiral galaxy. That analysis opened a door to a much larger mystery. If this object actually represents a galaxy, how could ancient people have imagined such a view of the cosmos centuries before Lippershey invented telescopes? Stranger still, the spiral structure does not perfectly match the Milky Way. Whether it is a forgotten astronomical map or a holy artwork, this Colgante disc remains one of those mysteries that seem to challenge everything we think ancient civilizations were capable of. Number 14. Gornaya Shoria megaliths. Can a human being move a stone block weighing more than 3,000 tons? Well, according to everything we know about ancient engineering, the answer should be no. But hidden among the mountains of southern Siberia sits a collection of gigantic granite blocks that seem to challenge that conclusion. Researchers who visited the Gornaya Shoria region in 2013 found giant stone formations with flat surfaces, sharp angles, and an arrangement that looked deliberate. Some estimates place the weight of individual blocks at over 3,000 tons. Making them larger than any known megaliths on Earth. If these structures were created by Mother Nature, they are among the weirdest geological formations ever seen. If they were built, then an even bigger mystery emerges. Who built them, and how? Reports from the site described circular holes carved into the stone, unusual magnetic disturbances that affected compasses, and sections that looked as if they had been exposed to extreme heat. Even today, no explanation has managed to settle the debate. Number 13. The mystery of the Solomon Island giants. Most legends disappear after a few centuries. Stories get exaggerated, details change, and then they fade away. But the tales coming out of the Solomon Islands never seem to follow that pattern. Across the remote jungles of this Pacific archipelago, communities have spent centuries telling weirdly similar stories about huge humanoid beings living deep within the wilderness. According to local legends, these creatures stand anywhere from 10 to 15 feet tall, possess great strength, and avoid contact with outsiders whenever possible. What makes the mystery chilling is how consistent the descriptions remain from village to village. Expert Marius Boirayon spent years documenting these reports and found the same details appearing repeatedly despite geographical separation. One of the strangest stories involves a woman known as Mango, who allegedly vanished for decades before returning under circumstances many locals attributed to the giants. Whether true or not, the account remains deeply rooted in local tradition. There are no verified photographs or bones that have ever been found, but the stories refuse to die. Number 12. A comet older than our sun. The average human can live up to 60 years. Greenland sharks can survive for 400 years. And giant sequoia trees have been standing for thousands of years. But what if we told you there is an object moving through space that may be 7 billion years old? That is the bizarre estimate scientists have given to the interstellar visitor known as 3I/Atlas. According to researchers, this ancient traveler began its journey long before Earth existed and even before our sun was born. Observations made using the James Webb Space Telescope revealed that the object's surface appears heavily altered by cosmic radiation accumulated over billions of years. Deep beneath that hardened exterior, however, ancient gases may still be preserved. By studying the material released from the object, scientists concluded that it likely spent unimaginable lengths of time wandering between distant stars. Just think about that for a moment. Entire solar systems were born and died while this mysterious object continued drifting through the darkness of space. Number 11. Volkansky dolmen. Imagine standing before a giant stone weighing around 40 tons, only to discover that it wasn't assembled from separate blocks, but carved from a single massive boulder. That is exactly what makes the Volkansky dolmen one of Russia's most baffling ancient discoveries. Located near the Black Sea coast, this prehistoric structure is different from most dolmens found around the world. Its entrance features remarkably smooth surfaces, straight lines, and a perfectly circular opening that appears almost machine-made. Step inside, and the mystery only deepens. The chamber is symmetrical, carefully shaped, and polished with a level of precision that seems difficult to explain using simple Bronze Age tools. Things become even stranger around the site itself. Researchers have documented numerous tube-like drill holes in nearby stone blocks, marks that closely resemble similar holes found in ancient sites across Egypt, Peru, Bolivia, and Italy. Were these similarities a coincidence or evidence of forgotten knowledge shared across continents? Number 10. The unsolved mystery of Flannan Isles lighthouses exist for one reason: to make sure people don't disappear. But one of the most famous lighthouses in history became the center of a disappearance that still has no answer more than a century later. The mystery began on December 15, 1900, when a passing ship noticed something alarming. The lighthouse on Scotland's remote Flannan Isles was dark. For sailors crossing the rough waters of the North Atlantic, that was a serious warning sign. When a relief vessel finally arrived on December 26, the situation became even stranger. The lighthouse was empty. All three keepers, James Ducat, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur, had vanished without a trace. There were no signs of a struggle, and no bodies anywhere on the island. Inside, investigators found evidence that seemed frozen in time. A meal had been left unfinished, a chair was overturned, and one set of oilskins remained hanging inside. Officials concluded that a massive wave had swept the men into the sea. But critics pointed out several details that didn't quite fit. More than 120 years later, this mystery still makes people question reality. Number 9. The Kara Hora shaft. How would you explain a giant shaft hidden inside a mountain with walls so straight and smooth that experienced explorers struggled to believe it was natural? That question began haunting researchers after the discovery of the Kara Hora shaft in Russia's North Caucasus region. Speleologist Arthur Zhukov descended into what appeared to be an enormous underground structure, unlike anything normally found in nature. The shaft plunged deep into the mountain before opening into a massive chamber concealed beneath the earth. What immediately stood out were the polished surfaces, right angles, and gigantic stone blocks fitted together with remarkable precision. The deeper researchers explored, the stranger the sight became. Narrow passages vanished into darkness, suggesting much of the complex remains unexplored. Some compared its construction to ancient megalithic architecture, while others argued that no known civilization should have been capable of creating such a structure. It's still an unsolved mystery. Number 8. The mysterious flying humanoid, August 9, 2015, started like any other summer day. People were going about their routines, enjoying clear skies and warm weather. Then something appeared overhead that nobody could easily explain. Residents near Sequoia National Park noticed a glowing figure suspended high above the neighborhood. It wasn't moving across the sky like an aircraft, nor drifting like a balloon. It remained upright and strangely motionless. Several witnesses watched the object at the same time, while 3 separate people managed to record it from different angles. The footage showed what appeared to be a human-shaped figure, with arms, legs, and a rounded head. Witnesses described something resembling a reflective suit, complete with dark markings where a visor might be. Even stranger was the way it behaved. There were no wings, visible means of propulsion, or sound. Years have passed since that afternoon, but no explanation has managed to satisfy everyone. Whatever hovered above Sequoia that day continues to challenge common sense. Number 7. Vatavara Mountain. The Vatavara Mountain is the kind of place that makes people question whether nature is really responsible for everything they see. Located deep within Russia's Karelia region, this remote mountain has earned a reputation as one of the strangest places on Earth. Scattered across its slopes are more than 600 massive stones balanced in ways that seem almost intentional. Ancient Sami tribes considered the area sacred long before modern researchers arrived. Then there are the trees. Many twist, spiral, and deform into bizarre shapes unlike those found in the surrounding forests. Animals rarely stay near the summit, and locals have long associated the mountain with unusual energy and unexplained phenomena. And adding to the mystery are stone formations that resemble walls, stairways, platforms, and even an ancient well carved into the landscape. Scientists offer geological explanations for much of what exists there. Yet visitors continue to leave with the feeling that something about Vatavara refuses to be understood. Number 6. The mystery of Rongorongo writing languages have been lost before. Entire civilizations have vanished, taking their secrets with them. But very few lost writing systems are as mysterious as Rongorongo, the undeciphered script of Easter Island. Known locally as Rapa Nui, the island sits thousands of miles from major population centers, isolated in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Carved onto wooden tablets are hundreds of strange symbols unlike anything found elsewhere on Earth. The glyphs depict people, animals, plants, and geometric forms arranged in a unique reverse pattern known as boustrophodon writing. The real mystery begins when researchers try to read them. Despite more than a century of study, nobody has deciphered Rongorongo. There is no bilingual text, no translation guide, and no equivalent of the Rosetta Stone to unlock its meaning. Matters became even worse during the 19th century when disease, colonization, and missionary activity destroyed much of the island's cultural heritage. Today, only a few authentic tablets survive in museums. Advanced software, linguistic analysis, and AI have all failed to crack the code. Number 5. Mysterious update on the Paracas skulls. Human skulls are very consistent. Whether a person lived hundreds of years ago or thousands, the basic structure rarely changes. That's why the Paracas skulls continue to attract so much attention. These elongated skulls have puzzled researchers for nearly a century. At first, many assumed they were simply the result of artificial cranial deformation, a practice used by various ancient cultures. The deeper scientists looked, however, the stranger the story became. Several researchers noted that many of the skulls appeared to lack a sagittal suture, the joint that normally runs along the top of a human skull. Others pointed to unusually large eye sockets, heavier skull weights, and differences in the placement of key anatomical features. DNA testing only added to the mystery. Samples sent to independent laboratories reportedly offered results that raised more questions than answers, including genetic markers that researchers struggled to explain. Number 4. Oklahoma's Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle may get all the attention, But there is a stretch of land in Oklahoma with a reputation that is just as unsettling. Hidden among the rolling sands of Beaver Dunes Park is a mystery that has persisted for centuries. Stories surrounding the area stretch back to the 16th century. According to local tales, Spanish explorer Francisco Coronado was warned by native tribes to stay away from a particular section of the dunes. He ignored those warnings. Not long afterward, several members of his expedition reportedly disappeared and were never seen again. That was only the beginning. Over the next centuries, additional disappearances were linked to the region. One of the most frequently repeated stories involves a pioneer woman who vanished in 1897. Another concerns a tourist who disappeared in 1987. Neither was ever located. Naturally, theories followed. Some believe a mysterious gateway known as the Shaman's Portal lies hidden beneath the dunes. Others point to rumors of a crashed UFO buried beneath the sand. Reports of unusual nighttime activity only add fuel to the speculation. Whatever the truth may be, Beaver Dunes remains one of America's strangest unsolved mysteries. Number 3. The Skinwalker Ranch. Plenty of places have ghost stories attached to them. Very few have attracted government investigations, scientists, military personnel, UFO researchers, and paranormal hunters all at the same time. That is exactly what happened at Skinwalker Ranch. Located in Utah's Uinta Basin, the ranch covers roughly 512 acres of land that has become famous for reports of bizarre activity. Strange lights have been spotted in the sky. Witnesses have described unexplained creatures. Others claim to have seen objects moving in ways that seem to defy physics. The mystery stretches back far beyond the ranch itself. According to local legend, tensions between the Navajo and Ute tribes during the 19th century led to stories of a curse placed upon the land. That curse supposedly unleashed powerful shape-shifting entities known as skinwalkers. Whether those legends contain truth is impossible to prove. So, what do you think about it? Number 2. Pascagoula UFO abduction fishing trips are supposed to be memorable for the fish you catch, not for becoming part of one of the most debated UFO cases in American history. But that was the reality for Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker on the evening of October 11, 1973. The two co-workers were fishing along the Pascagoula River in Mississippi when they claimed something extraordinary interrupted their quiet night. According to their account, a glowing oval-shaped object suddenly appeared and hovered nearby. Before either man could react, strange humanoid beings emerged from the craft. They described the creatures as having wrinkled skin, claw-like hands, and an almost robotic way of moving. What happened next would change their lives forever. Hickson and Parker claimed they were taken aboard the craft and subjected to what felt like medical examinations before being returned to the riverbank. Predictably, many people dismissed the story, yet both men passed polygraph tests and never changed their accounts despite decades of scrutiny. Number 1. The Alabama Unidentified Radar Anomaly. Radar systems are designed to spot things people cannot. Storms beyond the horizon, aircraft hidden by clouds, massive weather systems stretching across states. That's why meteorologists were caught off guard on June 26, 2015. That afternoon, radar screens across central Alabama suddenly displayed a big anomaly covering thousands of square miles. The strange formation appeared without warning, remained visible for roughly 20 minutes, and then disappeared just as mysteriously as it had arrived. Experts quickly ruled out several common explanations. The anomaly didn't behave like a storm system, nor did it resemble typical atmospheric interference. Then another piece of the puzzle emerged. Residents near Redstone Arsenal, a military installation in Huntsville, reported seeing large plumes of black smoke rising from the area around the same time. Military officials later confirmed testing activities were taking place but declined to provide detailed information. That response only fueled speculation. Was the radar image connected to the military testing? Was it an atmospheric event? If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, share it, and subscribe. We'll see you soon in the next one.